On this week's episode of BJ in the Morning, we're gonna play in some sand with the mummy. Let's go? Welcome back to BJ in the Morning, your favorite Dirty Name podcast where we put our nostalgia to the test with rewatches, first time watches, and we're gonna see what holds up.
You did pretty good.
My name's Juan.
I'm Brendan.
And
you did pretty good.
Thanks, dude.
You did pretty good.
I only looked at the notes one time.
And then you realized it during the theme song.
Yeah, so I looked at the notes
shoot.
one time. I tripped up a little bit. It's okay.
It's okay. You know who's going to let us know? Music Lopez in the comments.
Yeah, if
shout out.
If they liked it or not.
Juan, this we're in 1999 territory right now. This is
crazy.
Last week we spun the wheel. We got 1999.
The amount of bangers that came out in 1999.
Too many.
There was too many.
Cut to a clip. I'm not going to do that.
But
we're in 99.
The Mummy.
The Mummy.
It was a movie. It was an easy pick for us because it was a movie that I wanted to watch or rewatch. Recently, I saw it on HBO Max, and I was like, "Hey,
I should watch it.
I should watch that."
Yeah. And then we did.
And we watched it. So,
I also want to point out that this episode's coming out the day before Mother's Day.
Mummy's Day?
Mummy's Day. So happy Mummy's Day.
Happy Mummy's Day.
And I also wore my shirt of Sabrina Carpenter because
Happy Mummy's Day. Yeah. I get it.
You get it.
Yeah.
And you wore a cat shirt.
Meow.
It's a pretty dope shirt though.
I wore it for my daughter so she can say hi kitty.
She says that a lot.
Yeah, she loves it. I can't tell if she's saying hi Loki or hi kitty. But I think it's hi kitty.
It sounds right. It might be easier to say. She
even says that to dogs when they walk by. Hi kitty.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah.
You know who's afraid of kitties? Emotep.
Emotep.
Which we're going to find out right now because we're going to start going through The Mummy from 1999. Did we say 1999 enough?
1999?
1999.
So
in 99, we were 8
years old?
Yeah.
Something like that.
7? Math is
7
hard.
years old.
Math is hard.
7.
It's 7.
7.
This movie.
Do I have to pull out my fingers and piggies?
Do it.
92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99.
7. We were close. We were 42. We were 42 in 1999. You were going to say something and I cut you off and then we put you on a whole tangent.
Before we rewatched The Mummy in 1999, what were your initial thoughts before watching? No, like now we picked this movie.
Memories of this movie?
What were your thoughts like going into watching this movie first?
I love Brendan Fraser so much. I think as a kid, when I saw my name on screen, I got really excited. So like Brendan Fraser was like one of those people for me that like a Robin Williams where you're like, I want to watch everything that guy's been in.
Yeah.
I don't know if I brought that up on the podcast, but a lot of times growing up,
you have.
Yeah. Where I would just pick an actor and go, I want to see everything you've ever done because I like your work.
Yeah.
And I would do that a lot. And Brendan Fraser's one of them. But I also want to say that George of the Jungle came out when we were young. Love that movie. It's a great bad movie.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be cheesy. It's supposed to be over the top. So like, we met him probably through that. I don't think I saw the first Mummy movie when it came out. We were kind of young for this movie, but also the 90s were a different time.
Yeah.
The 90s were
in front of a movie that was kind of scary and tell you to suck it up.
Yeah, like Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
And It.
That was a different story. And I don't think they sat you down in front of it. You told the story about how you snuck it.
Yeah.
You were peeking out down the hallway.
I was peeking over the hallway, through the couch.
But this movie, I remember I want to say that I probably saw The Mummy Returns more.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that in The Mummy Returns, since there's a kid in it, it seems more family friendly. I remember that one a lot more than the first movie.
Yeah.
But I know I've seen The Mummy and The Mummy Returns hundreds of times.
Mm-hmm.
So going to rewatch it, I was like, I can't wait. I sat down. I told Devin, I was like, we're going to watch this movie. And she's like, I've never seen this movie. And
what? Hold your horses.
What? And I was really hyped for it. And I remained hyped for it throughout the entire time. But my memories of this movie were melded in with The Mummy Returns. Like they all kind of seem like one movie to me. But also, I think Rachel Weisz might be like an awakening of some sorts from childhood, because she
Rachel Weisz.
Yeah, that's how you say
Weisz.
It. No, it's
Weisz.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, she dropped dead in this movie. You know what I mean? Like, and in the second one. And then she didn't come back for the third, so I never watched it.
Yeah. Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
You never watched the third one?
I don't know. What's the third one?
Wait, that's the one with
Secret of the Tomb,
with the Chinese mummies.
Is that one? I might have seen it, but I don't remember, honestly.
I told you when I saw that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't think I've seen that one. I really don't think I've seen that one. Anyways, we're talking about The Mummy. So, what was your thoughts going into this movie upon our rewatch?
I just know that I wanted to watch it, and I was excited to watch it, and it brought back a lot of memories for me. Just the thought of even sitting down to watch this movie. But I am the opposite of you, where I remembered this movie almost scene for scene.
I didn't forget this movie.
No.
I just added stuff from the sequel into this one.
I'm not saying that you forgot it, but like you thought that this movie, the things that happened in the second movie happened in this movie.
Yeah, a couple times, yeah.
I didn't think that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, there was only maybe one scene that I could think of that I thought was in this movie, and it wasn't. But I mean, I pretty much had it down. I didn't even need to watch this movie, apparently.
No, but you did.
No, but I did.
You did watch it.
And there was a lot of things that I never picked up on as a kid.
Oh, definitely. But also, it's pretty tame.
Yeah.
It's scary in some parts. It's definitely a scary movie at times. The effects are pretty good. Some of them hold up.
1999.
Yeah, some of them hold up. Some of them do not hold up. But overall, like, yeah, I don't want to talk about our feelings on the movie just yet.
Yeah.
We got to get through the details.
For sure.
And the plot.
Yeah.
So let's get in the details.
Yeah.
I have IMDb pulled up.
You have some reviews?
Well, we're going to start with The Mummy from 1999 had a 2-hour and 4-minute runtime. You know how we were recently complaining about movies being longer than an hour and a half? If any movie could keep you going for 2 hours and 4 minutes, it's The Mummy.
It's this movie.
I can't wait to read you my Letterboxd review later.
Okay.
After the plot breakdown. So what The Mummy's about is, at an archaeological dig in the ancient city of Hamunaptra, an American serving in a French Foreign Legion accidentally awakens a mummy who begins to wreak havoc as he searches for the reincarnation of his long-lost love.
Ooh.
That is accurate. That makes sense. Top billed cast. Are you ready? Brendan Fraser. Rachel Weisz. John Hannah. Arnold Vosloo. Kevin J. O'Connor.
Yep.
And that's Eric Avari, who's the curator. And that's basically the top cast in this movie.
You know, I thought Arnold Vosloo. I thought it was Billy Blaine.
Arnold Vosloo?
I thought it was Billy Blaine.
Who's Billy Blaine?
You don't know Billy Blaine?
No.
Okay, wait. I'm going to pull up a picture of Billy Blaine, and you're going to tell me that Oh, no, I'm sorry. Billy Zane.
Billy Zane.
I thought it was Billy Zane.
I could see that.
Just out of
a little bit.
Just out of memory.
Right there.
Out of memory, I was like, Billy Zane, dude?
No, he's in Titanic.
Oh my God. Billy Blaine.
Billy Blaine. Directed by Stephen Sommers and written by Stephen Sommers. Stephen Sommers has also done G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. Odd Thomas, he was a producer on. Have you seen Odd Thomas?
No.
He also was a writer for that. It's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good movie. It's
I've seen G.I. Joe, not a horrible movie.
He did most of the Mummy movies, it looks like, or all of them. He was a writer on all of them.
Even the 2019 one?
No, I'm not talking about that one.
2017 remake?
No, I'm not talking about that one. These ones.
Right.
The Scorpion King, The Mummy Returns, Revenge of the Mummy, The Ride, which I've been on.
I've been on The Ride.
It's pretty sick. Van Helsing, he directed Van Helsing.
Oh, good movie.
Deep Rising, the live action Jungle Book from 94. So yeah, he's done quite a few things. Let's get into some reviews. The IMDb, Snooty Tooty,
the elites.
The elite reviews. On IMDb, we're sitting at a 7.1 out of 10, which is pretty good. Pretty good.
70%. Yeah.
The meta score though is a 49.
Oh
yeah. Snooty. Let's get into some of these reviews. 8 out of 10. Great fun in the vein of Indiana Jones. The Mummy is an adventurous yarn in the vein of Indiana Jones. It's a lot of fun, very charming, and never tries to be more than what it is. What is it? An entertaining summer flick, which is not only worth seeing, but perhaps even owning. It's one of those fun movies you can return to over and over again and never grow tired of doing so. This review is from 2003.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. IMDb was around back then?
IMDb is never ending. It goes and comes and never stops either direction. Here's a 2019 review.
Okay.
Jumping way ahead. 10 out of 10. I can watch this on loop and never get bored. Great special effects for its time. Great cast. Great story, photography, direction, production. Most likely had a great crew as well. Yeah, this one's from 2022.
And Brendan Fraser broke his back.
Yeah, he did all of his own stunts. 7 out of 10 in someone watched this on September 11, 2022.
Oh.
Just pointing that out.
Okay.
Just want to say this movie still holds up in 2022. Even though this is coming from a 90s baby with nostalgia and memories from our childhood in mind, this is still such a great movie. There's a lot of 10 out of 10s on here.
That's amazing.
7 out of 10. This is Raiders of the Lost Ark meets The Terminator.
Don't care.
That's accurate. I'd say it's accurate. 7 out of 10. This one's from 2000. Bless you.
Thank you.
This one's from 2003 as well. Quote from the movie: "Rescue the damsel in distress, kill the bad guy, save the world."
Nice.
That's a quote from the movie. This version of The Mummy, one of the several titles within the film lore that seems to have been made and remade for decades, is pretty much exactly what you would expect from a modern adaptation of an old horror classic, especially given the types of films that are released these days. The action and special effects of the 1932 classic have been massively increased, and the new film turns more to shocking special effects, often cheesy comic relief, and sparkling scenery away from the slow creeping tension of the original. As a result, we get a fast-moving feature that places a lot of emphasis on special effects and its good-looking stars. Thankfully, the movie knows when to laugh at itself, but it trips up because it doesn't know when to stop. Still a 7 out of 10. But why don't we go over to the freaks on Letterboxd?
The freaks.
Let's go over to the freaks.
The freaks and geeks.
The baddies over on Letterboxd. There's a lot of different reviews over here. But it is sitting at a 3.6 on Letterboxd, so that's not bad.
Out of 5?
That's pretty high. 3 out of 10. I like that the Mummy's number one superpower is the ability to make his lower jaw like 2 feet long. It's pretty good. 4 out of 5. Brendan Fraser is an all-time great movie yeller.
Mm-hmm.
He yells pretty dang good.
Yeah.
3.5 stars. I'd like to thank Rachel Weisz for playing an integral role in my sexual awakening.
Yeah.
5 out of 5. Fellas, is it gay to use your bro's face as is it gay to use your bro's face to light a match?
What?
He lights his match on the dude. You don't remember? Anyways. 4 out of 5. The third best Indiana Jones movie. 4.5 stars. God, I miss old-fashioned adventure movies. We didn't deserve them, and now we just have superhero movies in their place. Worst timeline strikes again. 90s Brendan Fraser is what Chris Pratt wishes he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think anyone can wish that for themselves.
I'd want to be 90s
I don't think
Brendan
anyone
Fraser.
compares. And nobody compares to 90s Brendan Fraser.
But even still, Brendan Fraser is like one of those people. Like any interview he does, he just seems like the best guy.
Yeah.
Like the most
I've seen
humble.
him get emotional with the
Like,
interviewers who are fans, and
yeah.
he's like very touched by like the fact that they love him so much, and he doesn't realize.
Let's go on a
that.
tangent real quick
Yeah,
before we
let's
keep
do
going,
it.
because I want to talk about Brendan Fraser.
Uh-huh.
Brendan Fraser, as I said, was one of those people in my life as a kid. Like, I didn't know him. I want to shout out. But like, I grew up and like everyone said my name wrong, or like, you know, didn't call me Brendan. They always said Brandon or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you know, bullshit. And as a kid, it bothered me a lot. And now I just kind of shrug it off. But as a kid, seeing someone else with the name that I have made it was one of those things you latch onto as a kid. You're like, cool. But then watching all these different movies that Brendan Fraser did, you know, like Looney Tunes Back in Action.
Yeah.
Monkey Bone.
Mm-hmm.
Was he in Monkey Bone?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the right movie. Yeah, right. There's another one that is similar that I get confused sometimes. Dudley Do-Right.
Mm-hmm.
Blast from the Past. Bedazzled.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these movies were some of my favorites growing up. And I feel like Brendan Fraser had this huge Encino Man. Come on. But he had this huge like surge in popularity. I think that Brendan Fraser, he popped before the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He was hugely popular before the internet was popular.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he might have been given a disservice because of that. He was in all these movies, these amazing movies, right? These like things that we still think about, we still talk about, we still quote all the time. But without the internet there, he kind of got pushed aside.
Yep.
But on top of that, him doing all his own stunts and like being the action hero that he was in like The Mummy and everything like that, like took a toll on him, which is what he has said. So he slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
But it was not until I really think like the last 5 to 7 years that he's getting this resurgence.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking that our nostalgia, yours and mine specifically,
just ours,
but our age group's nostalgia for when we were kids and those movies that we grew up on have something to do with him, like finally seeing that he is loved.
Yeah.
And people loved what he did in the movies that he was a part of. And that is inspiring as hell.
Yeah.
Because he's seeing it now too. And so that's why seeing those interviews with him, it's like he gets it now.
Well, not only, I mean, not that he would do this, but he also didn't get a chance to like let it get to his head.
Mm-hmm.
So he was doing these amazing movies that everyone loved and still remained humble.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have the internet blowing air up his ass. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he didn't
have that ego boost, like not even a boost. I think that's all for our letterbox reviews because we went on that tangent. So let's go through the movie, talk about some things, talk about the plot and the peeps and the mummy and the scarab beetles inside people's flesh.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
So now you have the plot pulled up.
I do.
For us to go through.
Mm-hmm.
I say,
I want you to go through the plot. You remembered this movie. You memorize it. You have it all. So let's start with you.
All right.
I have notes.
Okay.
We'll see where you're at.
Okay.
So start the beginning. That's where we're going to start because that's the best place to start is the beginning. And I wrote down that this is the Don't Kiss the Pharaoh's Girl segment.
Don't Kiss the Pharaoh's Girl. So we get an opening of Imhotep while he's alive. And we have
When is it?
I have no idea. Ancient Egypt. Well, did it have a year?
I don't know. I didn't write it down.
Oh. Either way.
Ancient Egypt.
We open with a really badass sounding narrator.
Yeah.
Who is cut to the future.
The Magi.
Is the Magi.
Yeah, I couldn't think of his name when we were... He's the guy that he does Our Death. That's his name.
Our Death.
What a name for that guy. Our Death.
That's his actual name?
Well,
What's his actual name?
His actual name is Oded Fair.
Okay.
But it's Our Death Bay. But he's the guy that he lights the match on his face later on. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, so we get a whole thing narrated by him talking about ancient Egypt. And it goes through the mummy's curse and everything. Is that right here? Or I thought it was after the scene.
It's after the scene. So they open up with Imhotep.
Yeah. And Imhotep's a high priest.
He's a high priest and he has servants or followers, I would assume.
Yeah.
And
they'll come back later.
And they're all painted all gold, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But Imhotep is in love with Anaxanamun, who is the pharaoh's
mistress,
wife, girl, whatever.
But also, holy shit, she is so hot in this scene.
And she's practically naked.
It's I remember being a kid and we're like, is she naked?
Close your eyes.
And I'd be like this.
Like this?
Yeah.
Peeking through your hand?
Yeah, but
But you could tell that they're both in love with each other, right?
Yeah,
they both love each other.
They're having an affair together.
He's not just going after the pharaoh's girl.
No. He wouldn't do that. It's true love.
It is true love.
It's true love.
And she don't love the pharaoh. But
he's the pharaoh.
I'm assuming he's the time,
pharaoh.
Pharaohs get to pick their wives or you.
Anaxanamun.
So the pharaoh finds out that she's with somebody.
She's fooling around.
He goes and hides. Then the pharaoh finds out because her makeup
on her shoulder
was smudged.
Smudged.
Did you not have subtitles for this part either?
No.
He basically just said
smudge. Someone's touched you.
He just said, who's been touching you?
Yeah. I remember some of it, but not enough of it.
And then...
But you really just need to know is Anaxanamun, Imhotep, Smudge. Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Hot.
Ooh.
Hot couple.
They're
power couple.
They look okay together.
Billy Zane, dude? Come on. Imagine if it was Billy Zane.
But it's not.
Fucking power couple of the year right there.
Maybe. She's a
power couple of the ancient
actress.
Egypt.
Her acting in the sequel, bad.
I could imagine.
It's real bad.
She didn't do very much acting in this.
No, it was
movie.
The perfect amount of acting in this one for her. I don't want to talk shit about her. She's probably great, but she just can't act. But she looks the part.
Right. So
hot.
Imhotep gets caught up by the guards. And Anaxanamun kills herself.
Yeah.
After they kill the pharaoh.
She kills the pharaoh. He helps, but she does the first blow.
Yeah, right.
And then
they kill the pharaoh.
Yeah.
The guards come in, start taking him away. She kills herself.
And he sees the shadow.
And he says, I will resurrect you.
Yeah.
And Egyptian. Whatever. I don't know what the
Smudge!
I don't know what the language is.
Yeah.
Hebrew?
Egyptian.
No, it's not Hebrew.
Egyptian.
Yeah,
that's where we're going now. It didn't tell us. Okay.
And then the narrator comes back in
Mm-hmm.
and he starts explaining what's going on to Imhotep and his servants.
Yeah, so all of his servants are being mummified alive.
Uh-huh.
So they're removing their organs and mummifying them while they're still alive.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets the worst punishment, which is
He can't die.
no, he can. But he's going to be buried alive full of scarab beetles.
Yeah, but he's also going to get
He's cursed.
The curse.
Because of what he did. So they put the curse on him so he can never, like, he's not going to go off and live his lavish life.
He can't pass through to the
afterworld, afterlife. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the curse also means that if he does come back to life, however that may be, that he'll become a walking apocalypse. Like legitimately bringing the plagues back with him.
Right.
From hell.
Yeah.
Or their version of hell.
Right. The underworld.
Yeah. Key takeaway from this opening is that in ancient Egypt, they had zero tolerance for in-office relationships.
Oh.
Imhotep and Akhenaten.
In office?
Yeah. HR got involved. It was really messy.
Okay.
They work together.
Right.
They're working together.
Right. For the Pharaoh.
Okay, go to the 1920s.
We're in the 1920s. We're in the 1920s. What happens at this point? This is when people are coming up on the city.
Uh-huh.
And the guys in black.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're called, but they are defending the city.
The French? There's like French guys and then there's the other
Americans.
guys. Well, Rick's the only American.
Uh-huh.
And he's on the French side.
Uh-huh.
This is like some pre-World War I stuff going on, right?
Uh-huh.
So they're fighting over the territory. It's like the British invasion where they took a lot of the ancient artifacts from Egypt. It's all based in history stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
Where like the British were coming through to try to steal everything.
The British are coming.
And this shit happened. You know what I mean? Like they came and just said, we're taking these mummies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know they used to eat mummies?
No.
Yeah. Like that's why there's a lot less mummies than there should be. It's because they thought it was good for your like well-being and soul. They would grind them up and fucking sprinkle them in their tea. I was
too busy doing drugs in history. So I don't
mummies.
I don't know any of this stuff.
But yeah, so there's this whole battle going on over this lost city of Hamunaptra, which no one's been able to find ever, but they're just having a big ass fight in Hamunaptra.
Because of Rick.
Yeah.
Rick was leading them.
Yeah.
But they're coming up on the city, and there's like basically a war going on there. And Rick is what seems like the only survivor, him and
Benny. Yeah.
And Benny runs off.
He's a coward.
He's a coward. He runs off and hides. And Rick is trying to defend himself, but he's getting like overwhelmed, and he runs, and he finds the tomb of Imhotep.
He doesn't know it's Imhotep yet.
He doesn't, but he finds
He's
the
like,
tomb,
this is
and
what
he
we're looking
sees
for, treasure.
the face in sand.
Good effect. Good effects.
Great effect.
When it's just like swirling around.
If I would have seen that, if I was Rick, I would not have gone back.
Yeah, never go back.
What the hell no.
Nope. No.
What makes you think it's a good idea to say, hey, I saw a face in the sand and it's not cursed or anything, so we should go back.
Yeah.
And find what's underneath.
But also he gets captured by these guys and put in jail. Where he's basically just he's gonna be stuck in there. They're not letting him out. They're gonna hang him.
Yeah.
But we also meet Evelyn.
Yep.
And Jonathan.
Her brother.
Jonathan. Evelyn is a librarian who is somehow brilliant, but also like a walking catastrophe.
Yeah. She's very clumsy.
She's only clumsy at the beginning of the movie, though, really. There's like key moments where she's clumsy, and then the rest of the time she's not. And I wish they kind of played it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But also I don't want her to be like a full-on damsel in distress.
Right.
And then there's Jonathan, who is a professional liability at this point. He's always getting in trouble. He's gambling with things that aren't his.
And stealing things. Borrowing.
And he borrowed something from a guy at a bar, which gets him in a lot of trouble. Do you remember what he got?
He got the key.
Yeah. And once they find out what the key goes to, they hear of some mysterious guy in prison who knows the location of Hymenoptera.
So they're showing the map also that they found inside the key to the curator
of the museum,
their boss, and he accidentally holds it over the fire and burns half of it
because he doesn't want anyone to find Hymenoptera.
We don't know that yet.
Well, he says it. It's myth. No one's going to go looking for it.
Probably better this way.
Yeah.
But he did it on purpose.
Yeah, because the curse. Because he believes in the curse.
Yeah.
We'll find out why later.
Yeah.
So Evelyn finds the mysterious key / map combo, which leads to the lost city of Hymenoptera. Rick knows where it's at because he just barely survived there, right? He got there, barely survived, got put back into prison. So naturally, they're going to assemble a team and head straight back.
No breaks. No days off.
But also, there's another, like a rival ragtag group of Americans.
Ooh.
They're tagging along because they got Benny. Who's also been to Hymenoptera. But also they're there in the movie
to get gold.
True, but also it's just more like the movie was like, bring more bodies for the curse.
Yeah, we need people to kill.
We need people to die that aren't Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz and Benny and Jonathan.
Right.
And the Magi guy, our death.
We need more people to kill.
I love them traveling to Hymenoptera because we get these cute little moments between Rick and Evelyn. They call her Evie throughout the movie, except Rick always calls her Evelyn.
Yeah.
But Jonathan's always calling her Evie. And she even introduces herself as Evie, or Jonathan introduces her as Evie to Rick, but he always calls her Evelyn, which I'm like, it's pretty cute, man.
Cute.
It's cute.
So cute.
But he's like a rogue, like Indiana Jones type, right? So he's pretty charming, kind of badass, kind of unassuming though. You know, you're like, he's kind of goofy. He's kind of silly. He's American.
But he's off on his own, doing his own thing.
He wants some money, right? But they're traveling, right, on this boat, and it gets attacked by the Magi.
The Magi.
Who are led by our death.
Our death.
Our death.
Our death.
Our death. He doesn't sound anything like that. I don't know why we gave him that voice. I want to point out though, this whole sequence of events that take place once they get on the boat and they're trying to steal the key, and they get in a fight and a little scuffle, Evelyn and the Magi guy, and the boat catches on fire by accident, so the whole boat's burning up. They were going down the river, and every like moment in this of little fights that are going on between like Rick and all the Magi and everything, they have guns. And I want to point out that everyone in this movie has double revolvers all the time. They're always double pistols, double revolvers, whatever. They're always like doubles. I think it's really funny, and I really don't think anyone would do that in real life.
I thought about that too when Rick, every time, he wouldn't just pull out one. He would pull out two, but then there was times you could tell where he would pull out one, and then a few seconds would go by, and then he would pull out the second one, like he forgot his cue to pull out both.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it felt so unnatural in that moment. And also when he's reloading his revolvers and he's like,
I love the scene though when he's reloading against the wall and the bullet holes are just getting closer and closer. And she pulls him. Yeah. But that's what I love about this movie, man, is like once the action starts, it's like it keeps going and going and going, but it's still funny. There's still moments like that to be funny. And
it didn't take away from the action.
No, because I was still like
what's going on.
Still in it. And then so everyone's jumping off the boat. They're all trying to escape. You got Benny and the Americans with all the horses. And they're all swimming up to shore. And then you see on the other side is Rick and Evelyn, Jonathan. And I think that's
it for now.
No, and the guy from the prison.
Oh, right.
Because he let him out of prison because now he wants part of the money.
He's going to get 25%.
And I love the looks like I have all the horses, and he's
looks like you're on the wrong side of the river.
That line will never not. That line is so good. I need to utilize it more in my day-to-day life. So they do this whole journey. They're traveling along. They interact more with our death, right? Because he's finally like, you can't go.
Well,
right.
It's when they get there.
Yeah, they get to Hamanoptera.
He is watching them, right?
Yeah, he's watching them.
He gives them a day to leave.
Yeah, because
like, you have one day or else we're going to kill you all.
Yeah, so they start digging, and they ignore every warning sign to stop digging.
Which is like, sorry, the most blatant because the movie needs to happen moment is that moment. Because if there's these... If they're the savage guards of the fucking...
They're protecting Hamanoptera to make sure Imhotep never gets risen from the dead.
They would have just killed him on sight.
Yeah.
Which is how they made them sound, you know.
And how they acted up until that moment.
Up until that moment. Yeah. It's like, well, you have one day to leave. Don't go through stuff.
Yeah.
Don't you go through stuff. You have a day to leave.
Yeah, but they've already gone through stuff. They've been digging. They found... the Book of the Dead, because they kept mentioning a golden book, and they find a black book, and that's when Evie's like, "It's the Book of the Dead," but someone else has the book. Who was it?
He's with the Americans.
Yeah, and it was someone I recognized, and I don't remember his name.
He's the guy from.
Put it together.
Jumanji.
Yeah, the dad.
He's the dad from Jumanji.
The dad from Jumanji.
/ the hunter from Jumanji.
Because they're the same. Yeah. This guy.
That guy.
Which I thought was really funny. But he's the one who found the book, and she steals the book from him and starts reading from the book, which is a no-no.
Because she has the key.
She has the key, and they didn't know about the key. But you
mustn't read from the book.
The number one rule of evil books that you find in the desert is don't read
from the book.
And then boom, guess what? Imhotep's back.
He's back.
He's back from the dead.
Before that, though, they do. They find Imhotep, and they left his sarcophagus open, right? And then they find the book. They also find the remains of Anaxanamun.
All the jars.
And not only that, when they opened that chest, it was booby trapped.
Yeah. With acid.
And
it melts
immediately melted the guy's
two Americans
skins off.
Yeah.
No, they were using some guys that they brought with them, the diggers. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. We also get the guy from the prison who's like running around trying to find stuff, and he's freaking out, and he finds all these jeweled beetles on the wall and starts prying them off. But
first thing I would do.
Yeah, right. But psych, they're not just jewels; they're actual scarab beetles that have survived.
This scene is burned into my brain since the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
The fact that, not only the fact that I remember all the way back then so vividly, watching it again and bringing back that nostalgia feeling of being 7 or 8, however old I was when I watched this movie, 9.
And seeing a bug
and seeing the bug kind of just go into his skin, into his shoe.
Yeah.
Up his body. He rips his shirt open.
And you can see it under the skin. Yeah. And then he screams in the darkness and it cuts away before you see anything else happen.
It is insane.
It is scary. Those moments.
Was such a great, like, first kill, I guess. That wasn't necessarily the first.
Right. But like the first horror.
Yeah.
Like in the tomb of the mummy type shit.
Right.
But yeah, Imhotep's back, baby.
He's back.
Back again.
Back again.
But he also, at this moment, kind of just looks like the human version of beef jerky.
Yeah.
He's a mummy. He's a freaking mummy, dude.
He's looking nasty. He has no eyes. He has no tongue.
Mm-hmm.
His skin is all rotted and eaten away from the scarabs. Decomposition.
But he starts killing off Americans in the tomb one by one, right? He kills one guy and he starts kind of like, he gets less jerkified and like he's still gross looking. He's still like kind of messed up, right? When he sucks the soul out of that guy.
Right.
But he's a little less see-through. You can't see through the holes in his skin as much.
That's the one thing that bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
Was the first guy he takes his eyes and his tongue.
Yeah.
That guy was blind.
Yeah.
That guy couldn't
He had glasses.
See. He had glasses, but he couldn't see without his glasses.
The Scooby-Doo moment. I was like, can you help me find my glasses?
I loved it. And then they crushed it and he's like, oh. But the cinematography in this scene is fucking phenomenal. Yeah. Because you got his POV.
And it's blurry.
Swoops around to his face.
Yeah, whoever was pulling focus right then, dude. Oh my god,
dude.
That AD went to work.
Was amazing.
Yeah.
But the issue I have with this scene is that Imhotep takes his eyes.
And then he can see.
And he can see perfectly fine. He don't need glasses.
I never thought about that.
What the fuck?
That guy couldn't even stand up because he couldn't see.
That guy was so blind. He couldn't even tell that it was a mummy coming after him. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Either way, he comes back to finish him off, sucks his soul out, and he's slowly regenerating his skin.
And he takes his tongue.
He took his tongue from the beginning.
Eyes, tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And then he killed another guy and sucked his soul out. So everyone else escapes the tomb. Right? They get out. And this is when we really officially meet Ardeth. And he's like, we told you dumb fucks to not go in there and you did it anyways.
Right.
So basically Imhotep's back. He's going to destroy the world.
Yep.
See you back in Cairo.
See you soon.
If you ever come across a book that is casually called The Book of the Dead,
don't read it.
Don't. It's not a bedtime story. It's not light reading while you're taking a poop. Don't read it.
Yeah. Even if it's in Egyptian or Latin.
Or English.
Or in English.
Or nursery rhyme style.
Yeah. Don't read it. Don't read it.
So at this point, we're back in Cairo, right? We're getting like biblical levels of plagues, right? So we got locusts.
Yep.
Darkness.
Yep.
Storms of fire.
Yep.
He's going full Old Testament on their asses in Cairo.
Mm-hmm.
And his number one goal, is to resurrect Anaxanamun by sacrificing Evelyn.
Yeah.
That right there is my biggest problem with the sequel.
Okay.
So if we ever talking about the sequel, we got to remember this moment right here. Write it down.
Write it down.
So
taker.
Rick and his crew are trying to figure out how to stop him. They find out that he is one by one going to kill everyone who opened his sarcophagus and take from them their souls, suck them dry so he can become completely whole again.
He also needs to take... He's going after the people who took Anaxanamun's.
Yeah, so anyone who opened the thing, took the jars, all that stuff. So the last guy on the list is the Jumanji guy. He's the last guy on the list.
Right.
He gets murdered in the streets. After they were getting chased by Imhotep throughout the hotel they were staying at. I don't know how this works, right?
Yeah.
So like they're staying at a hotel. They lock Evie up because they figured he wants to sacrifice you, blah blah blah. But he shows up.
Yeah, he's there
He's
anyways.
just there. He's just kind of, because he can turn into sand and like kind of dust cloud around.
Mm-hmm.
So he kills the other guy that he took the eyes and the tongue from because he didn't die. They brought him back to Cairo and then he killed him when he was in Cairo.
Yeah.
So he waited. At least he got to go home, ish.
Right. He couldn't see anything.
He couldn't see, or
he couldn't talk.
he could kind of talk.
Yeah.
But he got killed. And then another guy got killed, and another guy got killed.
But how is he getting to these places?
He can turn into sand.
Also, Benny.
Oh yeah, because he kind of convinces Benny.
Benny, he's about to kill Benny.
And Benny's like, I'll give you anything you want.
Benny starts talking in all these different languages because he's not sure which one to speak.
No, he's praying.
He's
for
praying,
his life.
but in different languages.
He's got them all the different symbols on his necklace.
And then he does, what is it, Jewish?
Yeah.
Or the Star of David?
Star
and he
David.
starts praying in Jewish?
And
then he goes, the language of...
the people.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Of Egypt, yeah.
I don't remember what he said. But he's like the language of something. And then he says, if you help me, I can pay you. He's like this nasty ass hand with gold.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that gold, buddy? Was it just in your pocket?
He just picked it up off the ground
He
real
just
quick.
in the little beef
skin
jerky
flap.
pocket.
Meanwhile, they got to go back to Hamunaptra now to get him back into the tomb, into the sarcophagus to try to stop him, right? Like that's their goal here. So they got to go back to try to undo everything that they just did, and they have a time limit because if he gets too powerful and sacrifices, he will take over the world and destroy it.
Right.
But also his main goal is to resurrect Anaxanomon.
Right.
At this point in time, Jonathan's still alive, even though he almost got killed. Rick's doing action hero things, and he's shooting mummies with questionable effectiveness.
It's working.
Sometimes. And then Evelyn's realizing that she might be the key to saving and ending the world. Right? So basically everything is on fire and it's everyone's fault.
Yeah.
But now we're back in Hamunaptra. After we get the wall of sand that's on the poster.
Yeah.
Which is the image that will always be burned in my head.
Oh yeah.
It looks way cooler on the poster than it does in the movie.
Well, not only that, that's when we get to see Imhotep kind of
full power now.
Try to stop Rick.
Yeah.
In the airplane, and he's like bursting his face through this fucking wall of sand, and it's just like not the best CGI in this moment, but still cool. Amazing.
It's still really fun, yeah. So they all make it though. Everyone survives. They all get back to Hamunaptra around the same time.
Yeah,
they're making great time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They get camels and all that stuff, right? It's a good time.
Before Evie gets taken, they figure out that the gold book was originally supposed to be where they found the black book.
Yeah, but they got swapped in the past.
But the only way to stop Imhotep is to find the gold book, which is now where the black book should be.
The book of Amun-Ra.
So Rick goes to find the gold book and lets Evie get taken.
Yeah. Kind of.
Kind of.
He's convinced by our death and everyone that this is the right thing to do because we can get there. We know where the book is because it's in the other statue. We're going to find the book. We're going to save the girl, save the world, like that quote said.
Right.
So they need to find the book of Amun-Ra, which is the good book, because they need the balance and to strip Imhotep of his immortality because that's what they need to do to kill him. They're not going to. The book doesn't kill him. They need to get rid of his powers.
Right.
So then they can kill him. Crazy. It's like 3 steps, but it's like whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now we're at the final fight. Right. Rick's ready to go. He's going to save Evie. He's going to get in there. He's going to do his best. This fight scene, I don't remember most of it. It's not like an insanely long fight. It's a lot of like they save Evie. There's the ghost thing that's like the soul of Anoxenomun, which is kind of terrifying. And then the black goo. But it's a lot of like Evie telling Jonathan how to read things while Rick is fighting off mummies.
Yeah.
That's this whole fight scene, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And the Emotep is he brings out his priests, his servants. His servants, yeah. And then he brings out Jonathan brings out the I
don't remember the name. The guards, basically.
The guards of the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
But he can't control them until he finishes his thing.
With the stork and the
right.
So yeah. And that comes back in the sequel too. So that whole fight goes on, and Rick they get rid of his powers, Emotep's powers, with the book. And Rick beats the crap out of him, and he kind of just accepts his fate.
Yeah.
He gets dragged back down into the underworld as the temple starts collapsing around them, because the whole thing is like it's going to be sucked back down into the sand to never be found again, right? Everyone escapes. Not everyone. All the people we care about escape.
Everyone but Benny.
Because Benny got greedy. He got a whole satchel full of gold on a camel, and he went back for more.
He could have been gone by now.
And then he got locked in that whole thing.
He was stuck in
the treasure room.
Ironically, in the room full of treasure.
So funny. So poor Benny.
Then his fire goes out, and you hear the scarabs come, and he is for sure
gone,
dead.
Yep. On that note, everyone escapes. They get on the camels. There's like a glint of the treasure inside one of the satchels on the camel. They're all richer, traumatized, but somehow they're still making jokes at each other.
They're
which is
still
kind of
having
fun.
a grand old time.
Jonathan accidentally saves the day multiple times, proving that failing upward is a legitimate life strategy for him.
That's what's up.
So go, Jonathan.
Go, Jonathan.
And that's The Mummy. The Mummy works so well, I think, because it perfectly blends like Indiana Jones adventure vibes with horror that's not really scary. It's campy, if that, and comedy, because everyone's a little unhinged, a little broken, a little crazy.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their quirks and their characters, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is great. But also Brendan Fraser is like giving one of the most likable action hero performances ever. It's like if Han Solo actually showed up on time every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's that same kind of vibe where they're like just so likable there's nothing negative about Rick O'Connell.
Yeah. What isn't there to like about that guy? That guy.
What's not to like about this movie?
Do you want to go ahead and tell me your final thoughts on this movie?
I guess.
And give me your rating?
I guess so. So I wrote a Letterboxd review of this one, which I haven't really written a lot of Letterboxd reviews lately, except for when I was trying to mess with you on the Shrek episode. Which I went back and changed already back to what they originally were. But I'm going to read you what I wrote. This was right after rewatching it for the podcast. So The Mummy is the most movie a movie can be, especially when it comes to movies being movies. But when I think about movies, I think of this movie being the movie.
That's what's up.
4 out of 5 stars.
All right.
When I was rewatching this movie, the entire time I wanted to stand up and cheer. I was rooting for these characters that I know are going to survive. This movie is what Hollywood movies are. The fact that I gave it 4 out of 5 is still shocking to me, but there are reasons that I did it. And that's just on Letterboxd. So I haven't given you our ultimate movie watching list review or rating just yet. But when it comes to this movie, the CGI is what holds it back the most. I think they relied too heavily on CG that wasn't ready at the time. We talk about the wall of sand. Some of the fight scenes are not memorable. I liked the shootout scenes. I liked the sets were amazing, right? Like they were on these like really badass locations that look awesome on film. Mm-hmm. The acting's great. Everyone in this is doing it like way more than they should have for a movie like this.
Yeah.
It is cheesy in all the best ways, but it's also like I'm on the edge of my seat, even though I've seen this movie 100 times.
Yeah.
All the characters are perfectly cast. I think they're all written very well. I think the biggest issue I have is, again, it's just the CG. And then I think there might be like 20 minutes you can cut out of this movie and nothing would change.
Yeah.
I think the fact that they went all the way back to Cairo, then all the way back to Hamunaptra is a little bit longer than we needed it to be. Maybe they found the book ahead of time, you know, like the good book, and they're like, oh well, it's in the museum at Cairo, and that's why they go back, and then the rest of the movie takes place there. Yeah, I think could have made it a lot better. But this movie does not take itself too serious whatsoever, and I think that is what makes this movie like one of the best movies of our lifetime.
I would have to agree with that. Yeah.
So, for the purpose of us making this list of the best movies that have come out in our life, plus movies that we have seen before, I think I have to just go for it and give it a 10 out of 10.
Oh my god.
Give this movie a 10 out of 10, man. I want to watch it again now.
Yeah.
Like, I might go home and watch it again, but it's shocking to say that I want to give it a 10.
Yeah. I mean, we are pretty picky about our movie.
But I'm not going to give it a 10. I'm giving it a 9.5.
Oh, shit.
And the 0.5 is solely because of the CG, and maybe those 20 minutes that could have been cut out. But this movie, when watching it again, I was hooked immediately. I didn't want to stop. I was like, I want to watch this whole movie. And I immediately watched The Mummy Returns afterwards.
Yeah.
That one's definitely not a 9.5 in my book, but we'll talk about that when that one comes up in the future. But yeah, this movie is like, when I think going to the movies and sitting down with popcorn and like being there and like being fully invested, this is the movie.
Yeah. It passes the nostalgia check.
Yeah, the check is checked.
It's checked 4 times.
This is the check. But also thinking of like my other favorite movies of all time, it doesn't compare to some of those by 0.5%.
Right.
By a 0.5 margin. So yeah, 9.5 for me. Juan?
That's wild.
It's so good, dude. This movie is so good.
This movie is amazing, dude. And if I were to recommend any movie to anybody, it's weird to say that it would be this movie, but because it feels like, thinking on it, you're like, that's a kid's movie. But it's not a kid's movie.
No, I think this is a movie you would show to a kid who wants to get into horror.
It's a movie, yeah,
you know, like an 8 to 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
This is your first foray into horror movies. Because you're not going to jump off and go to like It.
I think the fact that it came out as a kid makes us think now that it's a kid's movie.
Right.
But it's not. And it is so good. And I mean, Brendan took the words straight from my mouth. Like, I was hooked since the moment I sat down to watch this movie.
It did not feel like a 2-hour-long movie.
No, not at all.
Fucking Hell of a Summer felt longer than this movie.
Dude. So with this movie...
Our scale's about to be Hell of a Summer, The Mummy.
The Mummy. So I'm gonna... I didn't want to go that high just because I don't know what's out there that's a perfect movie.
It doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't
Give
matter.
it what you think it deserves.
So my original rating was a 9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. That's still really high.
But...
And remember, these... I'm going to let you finish, and then I'll say.
But I do want to rate it higher than my last 9 out of 10, which is Shrek.
Yeah.
And so my final answer was 9.25, which was going to be my first quarter rating. But since you gave it a 9.5 and I was scared to go that high, I'm going to also go 9.5.
9.5, baby.
You convinced me. I mean, if you would have rated it an 8, I still would have given it a 9.25.
Yeah.
But since you went that final...
You don't want to do like a 0.35 or some bullshit I did for Snowpiercer?
No.
Because Snowpiercer just edged out of being a bad movie to me. But this movie, it edged out of being a perfect movie because it just is a little too early for it, I think. For the CGI purposes only. Yeah. But I also want people to know when it comes to our list that we're making, we're not saying this is the best movie ever made. This list is not based on the best movies of all time. These are movies that we would watch. That if someone was to come to us and go like, what's your top 20 favorite movies? We have a freaking list now.
A list now.
So the numbers aren't based on more than just our enjoyment of it. Like, we're not rating it for anyone out there, but like, if you trust us, then maybe you take our reviews into consideration. Yeah. When you're making a list or picking a movie to watch, or if you're like Music Lopez, shout out. Who doesn't watch a lot of movies, and we say this movie's a 10 or a 9.5, and then you're like, well, maybe I should watch this one if it's like the highest rated movie they've done. Yeah. But honestly, if you're listening to this and you have not seen The Mummy, you're messing up. You're messing up. There's no reason to not watch it. Yeah. Right. Don't watch the Tom Cruise one.
I feel like I haven't seen it either. I feel like we need to watch it though.
When we get to whatever year that movie came out. 17? Yeah. Whenever we get there, we'll watch it. And then we'll just watch the Brendan Fraser Mummy again right and after. Review that one again. But yeah, there's not been many times where I watch a movie and then immediately want to watch the sequel. Yeah. Unless it's like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars or something. But that even Star Wars, dude, I'm like, one's good for now. Yeah. One's okay. One at a time. But like, I watched The Mummy and then immediately bought The Mummy Returns and watched it. One. Yeah. Like within 30 seconds of the movie ending. So yeah, 9.5s, dude. 9.5s all around for The Mummy.
9.5s.
But this is the end of the episode now, Juan. Yeah. We went a little bit over time. Not too much.
Not too bad.
But we did. So this is when we usually tell people to go like follow us and subscribe and all that stuff. So I want to shout out that we now have video on Apple Podcasts. So if you're over on Apple Podcasts, we have video now, which is pretty cool, pretty exciting.
That is awesome. Just make sure your phone's updated because
Juan didn't have video until today.
I'm like, why can't I see it?
So yeah, the last episode and then going forward, we'll have video on Apple, which is really awesome for our Apple users out there. If you're on Spotify, we don't use Spotify to host podcasts, so we can't have video on Spotify just yet. So maybe in the future. But you can also just like go follow us on YouTube at
BJ in the Morning Podcast.
BJ in the Morning Podcast. Yeah. Which is also our Instagram handle now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I changed it.
Nice.
So it's just easier for you.
Thanks, buddy.
BJ in the Morning Podcast on Instagram.
On Instagram.
TikTok's still the old one.
BJ in the Morning _
Yeah, it's like tricky. And you said we should delete it, so.
Well, I changed my mind on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll look into it then.
Well, I meant like delete it, like start a new one is what I said.
Yeah.
Start a new one and see if it like
does better.
Yeah,
that's a discussion for off pod.
Sure.
But yeah, if you're listening on any of your favorite any of your favorite places to listen to podcasts, they call them podcatchers. I don't like that word.
Podcatchers?
Yeah, that's how you listen to podcasts, on podcatchers. But if you're on an app that does podcasts like Spotify or Apple, subscribe or follow the show. And then if you're on Apple, you can scroll down and leave a 5-star review.
Leave a review.
It'd be really awesome. It'd be a huge favor to us if you leave a review. We want to get those numbers up.
You can leave a review on Spotify too.
You can do that. We have more reviews on Spotify than we do on Apple. But I'm going to push the Apple one today.
Let's do it.
Yeah. get a slice of apples, dude. Slice up those apples. But also, since we have video over on Apple Podcasts, it'd be cool to just have more people listening on there, and you can watch without having to go to YouTube. But also go to YouTube, duh. We also have a website. I just don't remember the URL for the website. It's like bjinthemorning.buzzsprout.com or buzzsprout.bjinthemorning.com. One of those.
Something like that.
But you can also find all the links to the show there and all the episodes. And I updated the artwork before this last week.
Amazing. Looks great.
So just so we can say it on the show, instead of doing 2 separate shows for one thing, we just changed the we have seen that and the you haven't seen that to nostalgia check.
Yeah.
So this episode is now a nostalgia check episode. This is the first time we're saying it on the podcast. We didn't say it at the beginning. We didn't say it at the beginning.
We didn't.
We're saying it at the end.
That's okay.
So yeah, nostalgia checks are going to be the new format for those shows. And then I'm starting to hint at our bonus shows coming out soon. Juan's got some plans. We're going to have a bonus episode come out soon. End of this month, you think?
Yeah.
Sometime this month?
Yeah, why not?
Which, if you've been a fan of ours for a long time, you'll be a fan of those shows as well.
For sure.
So it's late at night now. I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm going to go. You going to finish up here?
Yeah, sure.
All right, dude.
Thank you for listening to BJ in the Morning. I'm Juan.
And I'm Brendan.
And we'll talk to you next time.